everyone.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. First, I would like to thank everyone for joining us for an engaging online session with Dr. Swati Gupta, Senior Consultant Pediatrics, Fortis Hospital, Mohali. Today, she's going to have a session on topic how to raise a happy, healthy, and a confident child. Before we start with the session, let me give you a brief about the doctor's background. Dr. Swati is a highly experienced pediatrician with 17 years of practice. She is a gold medalist in MD Pediatrics and a trained expert in allergies and child intensive care. She runs a successful allergy clinic and has been actively involved in many health and social programs for all children and families. So, ma'am, I request you to take a charge of the session. Over to you, Swati, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And am I audible for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So thank you everyone who has joined today, because we are today going to discuss something about very close to every parent: raising a child in a better way so that they become confident, they grow out and achieve something in life. So slide sharing. So my screen is visible to all? Are my slides available to you also?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, okay. So regarding parenting, first of all, what we need to understand is parenting is you take care of your child starting from the child is born till the child becomes an adolescent to adult. That is where your role is. Meena ma'am. So I hope your screen is not showing you any scribbles. It's only on my screen.
No, it's showing here.
We are also having,
Also,
ma'am. Someone is writing on the writing code.
so should I start sharing again? Huh? Let me do that. Stop share.
I think you can try with Control Z.
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Good to go.
Okay. Okay. So parenting is basically when you start taking care of your child regarding his physical development, emotional development, social development, intellectual development. Now, out of all these things, you send your child to school for your intellectual development as well as raising his IQ and making him learn more. So knowledge is increased, but the physical, the emotional part, the physical part, the social part is still in your hands. And so these are all domains where you have to raise your child. And generally, the pattern of behaviors that a parent uses, we usually divide that into 4 parts. Like parenting could be authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, or uninvolved. Most of us will identify through this lecture that out of all these 4 forms, what is their form of parenting? So, if we talk about authoritative, that means it is the most actually accepted form, which we also encourage, which gives a positive reinforcement to the child. Here, what you have is you have set rules, but then you also give them emotions. So, more of love with high standards. There are punishments, but then you always give a child to explain their part. So parent is aware of what child is doing, what the child is feeling, and they also support them to raise them and to learn more things. This is the most beneficial style of parenting. In this, the child grows up to be very happy. So supposedly you say, beta, up, you have to achieve 90% now, right? And then somehow child could achieve 88%. So what you see before that was child coming into 70 to 80% targets, and now he has suddenly jumped to 88. So you give full regards, give them a window, give them a time. Okay, beta, you have achieved at least more than 90% of what you said to me. So here child becomes confident that his efforts are not ignored, and then he tries to fulfill that criteria next time. Maybe next time he's out rather than 90, he would be achieving 92%. So these children are confident, they rely upon their parents, they are independent also because they want to learn also, and they're likable because they like you. So whatever love you're giving to your child also gives you back. And they get confident in adults that these people also give love also, logic also, and training also. So they are more respectful to elders. Okay, so this is the most accepted and most promoted kind of parenting for children. Now, the second type of parenting is authoritarian. Authoritarian is you love them, but then the limits are more higher compared to the love you give to them. So the rules are very strict, expectations are very high, and if the rules are not followed, the child is not given a chance to explain. They are being punished. So what will happen? Now, if you always feel the targets are not achieved and you'll be punished, what you will do? You will next time stop challenging yourself. You will take rest because the punishment is very high. So these kind of kids are usually anxious and unhappy. They are low in their self-confidence because if they don't achieve, because we are human beings, we sometimes may not achieve because of circumstances also, right? They are dependent upon others. They will try not to achieve new things. So they are lacking in social skills. Sometimes defiant also. If you ask them, okay, beta, will you do this? Or let's do this, they'll say, no, no, no. They'll be afraid if I've not completed, I will be scolded. So, authoritarian parenting has love. Of course, love is there, but the limits and the expectations are very high, and the punishment is very high. This has to be avoided. Next form of parenting is permissive parenting. Most of the people nowadays are shifting to permissive parenting. I don't know whether they are afraid of punishing, maybe because they are afraid of the tantrums, maybe they are afraid that who will take care of the child because we are working. If I scold the child, then I have to leave the child behind at house. So they are afraid, probably. I think this is the reason. But then this kind of parenting has high love, limits are low. These type of family settings, values are given, but the independence and the freedom of the child is given more value rather than disciplines. So there tends to be little, if any, punishment, and children are very free. They are free from all external constraints. So these children, they are more like selfish, unmotivated. They are dependent upon others, but they are very demanding. They are disobedient also because they know there is no punishment. They are impulsive also. Whatever they want it right now. Right? These children are less in their patience. This is permissive parenting. This is a good form of parenting if you continue to give values to the child. You continue to tell them that this is right and this is wrong. So they should know that difference. And the child is always monitored. Only then this much freedom is been allowed. The next form of parenting is uninvolved. This is becoming this is basically not good at all for the child because they are given all the facilities, but then they're not checked. So parent will give all the comfort to the child, all the facilities to the child. So the child becomes non-responsive. They are not responsible because They know their demands will be fulfilled at any cost. And then these children, they actually they lack in their emotions. They are more demanding in emotions because they know everything in material will be given to them, but the time of the parent, they need actually attention of the parents, which is not given to them. So they are low in self control, they are low in tolerance, they are disobedient, they are very demanding. So you have to see on this scale, what is your parenting? Authoritarian parenting is the most accepted thing, authoritative. But then uninvolved parenting is going to lead to children who are low in skills, but they're high in their demands, and they are given also everything. But then what about the skills? So whenever you are raising a child, there are few rules to be followed. If the child is a baby or a toddler, make sure that you talk to your baby every day. Let them come out with their sounds. You need to give them more sounds. Listen to them, give them hug every day, give them love every day, play some music. It's been seen that those children who love music, they also love maths. They're good at maths. So try playing music with them, but believe me, it's a classical music or a soft music, not a rock and roll. And you have to praise your baby for everything that is good done, for the every smile they give, and give them cuddling and holding so that they love the environment they are being grown up. For children and adolescents, what they need is they need your time, but the quality time. Talk to your child every day, listen to them every day. In that time only, you have to teach them new skills and new behaviors. Praise them. Just it's not that every time you have to pinpoint their deficiencies. Their misbehavior has to be managed, but that has to be managed collectively. Not pointing out, but telling them the corrections also. The discussions has to be directed. Sometimes they need to be ignored also because attention cannot be fully for them. But then your instructions need to be clear. Okay? So how do we achieve that? There are some simple things which we should be aware of. Like for a teenage, they undergo emotional changes. They are undergoing peer pressure. They have conflicted thoughts. They don't know. So they are actually identifying whom they want to be like, whether like mama, whether like father, whether like a masi, whether like a chacha, who is their idol. They do have mood swings. They are conscious about their looks, right? And they do get some romantic feelings or adult feelings. Those type of. So this is basically a time where like a child also, where you're like an adult also. So this is most challenging time. This is the time where you have to take care of your child, but you have to take care of yourself also. Because your self-esteem should be very high. So ensure that the child is in a safe environment. Create a positive environment between your child and you and the society. The discipline has to be assertive. Assertive means that whatever, so there are restrictions, but they are not all restrictions. There are few restrictions, but those need to be followed. It's not that this is not followed, it's okay, taken for granted. Chalega, next time, mat karna. Not like that. But those restrictions have to be very few because this is the time they're going to challenge themselves. And if you just scold them, restrict them, then sometimes they start doing things without your knowledge. This is the time you have to improve fitness for yourself also, for the child also, because they learn whatever they see. Okay? Communicate with them every day, maybe for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We will usually call this as an open window. The child should get at least half an hour of a parent, individual parent, separately, so that if he wants to talk something about their lifestyle, something is bugging them in the school, in the society, then they can communicate well. Okay? It's not like आज मम्मा नहीं है, आज बात नहीं हो पाएगी, so then they end up telling this some story of theirs to their friends, and then they start learning something from outside. So even for a father also, there are few things which a child would like to tell to a father only. So give them at least half an hour every day. If they want to talk, at least you're there. So when we talk about basic rule, out of all the three age groups, the babies and toddlers, the child then adolescents. Adolescent is the most challenging time. What you need to take care of is sleep. First thing, foremost. Nowadays, what's happening because of the gadgets, every child is spending around 2 hours to n number of hours on screen. It could be an Instagram, it could be a Facebook, it could be just YouTube, it could be just checking the shots. Okay? So make sure the sleep should not be hampered. So for a toddler, the child should get around 11 hours of sleep. For a child who is between 6 to 13 years of age, at least 10 hours. And for a teenage, at least 8 hours. Sleep is the basic when you rejuvenate, when you cure yourself, when you heal yourself. So please make sure the sleep is not disturbed. And then you'll say, how do we assure that? Right? Child goes to bed but doesn't sleep. What to do? No smartphones near the bed. Everybody says nowadays, difficult to be followed, right? So what you do is set a time limit after 7 or 8 o'clock. Nobody will see a phone. Nobody will have a screen. Okay? The lights in the room should be dim. Strict time for dinner and then going to bed. At least we can do this. Next thing what you can do is, it's called EBs. Bath, brush, and then books. And then go to bed. Right? So a good sleep hygiene is a life skill for which many of us struggle. So start teaching this thing from a toddler age group. Follow a consistent time routine with the child throughout the week. Right? And once your child is around 6 to 7 years old, usually they are trained. Then what happens? They untrain whenever they come into teenage. So these things need to be monitored. So nowadays, what I say is no phones to the child, no smartphones to the child till the child is at least 10th passed. Okay? After that, also, restrictions continue till they achieve something, till 16, 17 years of age. Screen time has to be 1 hour a day. For weekends, could be 2 hours a day. Try follow this rule. You'll feel the lesser the screen is, the more the child can be managed easily because the tantrums are less. Sleep is fine. Then new skills. So child actually basically is a good learner. They want to learn so many things. Why they are on phone? Because they have so many things and they learn new things. They're actually listening to so many things. They are seeing so many things. But what they say is, so much amount of knowledge is also not good for you. Everything other than a limit is allowed. So if you engage them into household works, if you engage them into kitchen, now kitchen is, there is no age bar. The moment your child starts sitting and talking to you, he speaks fluently, he can walk, small course can be given to them so that their energy is channelized. There is no definite age group for learning any skill. If your child is ready right now, say 5 years old, but then he can count and he is ready to manage, then maybe you can give them a piggy bank also. They can manage their money, their small coins. Okay? Every child is different. It depends what they want to learn. The basic cooking is ages 8 and up. Right? If you want to let them deal with knives and gas and plates and everything, then minimum age and up. But then this is not a fixed age. If your child wants to learn to make a sandwich, let them do that. It doesn't involve any knife or any gas. So what happens is the moment they show their interest in the kitchen, they are actually making things. And once they make things, they know the nutritional value also in the slowly. And then they will know what is good food and what is bad food. So as soon as your child is old enough to learn a new skill, they show their interest, please teach them from small bits. Nutritionally, moment they start learning cooking, or else they show some interest. They try and give you menu like I want to eat this, I want to eat that. Start talking with them about calories involved, fibers are there or not, what vitamins are there or not. So you have to increase their knowledge. And then by the time they'll be old enough, good enough to decide things for themselves, if they can decide what clothes they're going to wear today, if they have that much maturity, I think they should be able to give to decide what food they are able, they can eat today. But then that option has to be given to them only if you have given them knowledge in prior that this food is good in this calories or this vitamins or that vitamin. So equip them with knowledge, then give them freedom to decide. Okay, now this is a very tricky word. I always say just bluntly, do not say no to anything. If your child is adamant for anything, try buy some time. Okay? Like not today. Maybe another time we'll discuss. Suppose your child is after you that mujhe to ye wala. Suppose he wants some fancy thing. Right? He wants that fancy thing now only. Then you say, okay, maybe we'll discuss after half an hour. So this gives them patience. If some adult child and they want something very costly, okay, we'll discuss later. Maybe another time we're going to discuss about it and then we'll decide when to buy. So it's not like I'm not going to buy this because that can give a clash. But on the contrary, small kids, they don't want big explanations. They just want to listen yes or no. And then equip them with knowledge. Gradually, they grow up. Then they'll understand why no and why yes.
Doctor.
So important is some quality time, have daily interactions, share a smile every day, and how much time and energy you put into their life. That matters. And they grow up like that. And whenever you're with your child, please keep your smartphones on the side. If this is a big problem that child is not leaving smartphones because that's your phone actually they are using. So try and shift to a non-smartphone. Right? All rest of the work can be done on a computer or a laptop. And speak to your child in the tone and with the words which you wish that he would use with others and with you back. So express. Okay. So next thing is you have to express your unconditional love every day. So अभी तक जो हमने सब कुछ सीखा उसका क्रक्स ये है, बच्चे का स्लीप पैटर्न प्लीज मॉनिटर करिए. ठीक है, मैंने आपको चीजें बताई. टॉडलर है तो एटलीस्ट 11 से 14 घंटे सोए. अगर वो 5 साल से लेके 13 साल तक का बच्चा है, देन एटलीस्ट वो बच्चा 10 घंटे सोए. और अगर वो टीनेजर है, मिनिमम 8 घंटे सोए. नींद बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होती है. बच्चा आपका कितना शांत रहेगा, कितना अच्छा सीखेगा अगले दिन स्कूल में, राइट? उसका आईक्यू कितना बढ़ेगा. देन वी टोल्ड कि आपने हर रोज अपने बच्चे के साथ एक ओपन विंडो रखनी है. ओपन विंडो का मतलब आधा घंटा प्लीज अपने बच्चे के साथ स्पेंड करिए. मम्मा अलग स्पेंड करे, पापा अलग स्पेंड करे. घर में कोई और एडल्ट्स हैं, उसके गार्डियंस हैं, तो प्लीज उसके साथ टाइम स्पेंड करें. दिस वे आप उसको बिजी रखोगे, वो मोबाइल कम मांगेगा आपसे, और आपके साथ जो उसने बात शेयर करनी है वो आपसे कर पाएगा. कभी कभी बच्चे को कोई चीज चाहिए होती है, पर उसको वो चीज पापा से लेनी होती है। कोई चीज ऐसी होती है जो मम्मा आपसे कोई उसने फेवरेट चीज बनवानी है, वो आपसे कहनी है। ठीक है, कोई चीज दादी से ही चाहिए। सो हर रोज अगर आप उसके साथ थोड़ी देर बैठोगे ना, मोबाइल साइड पे रख के, तो बच्चा आपके साथ अपनी इमोशंस शेयर करेगा। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और बच्चे को जब भी मिलो आप कुछ घंटों के बाद, चाहे वो स्कूल से आ रहा है चाहे आप ऑफिस से आ रहे हैं, प्लीज एक स्माइल शेयर जरूर करो। ये एक स्माइल वेलकमिंग होता है कि यस, आप कैसे हो, और हम बात कर सकते हैं, हम आपकी वेट कर रहे हैं। ओके। बट प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रही है आजकल? एवरीबडी इज सराउंडेड बाय डिजिटल गैजेट्स, और हमें पता भी नहीं चलता कि हमारे आसपास गैजेट्स हैं। अब सपोज देखिए, अब हम बात कर रहे हैं, बिना इस गैजेट के तो हमारी भी बात नहीं हो पाती। सो गैजेट्स हमारे सराउंडिंग में सब भरे पड़े हैं। ठीक है, तो हमें तो पहले ये रियलाइज करना है कि यस, गैजेट्स आर देयर। बच्चे को पता होना चाहिए कि उसका सारा होमवर्क बिना गैजेट के खत्म ही नहीं होता है। इधर द स्कूल इज सेंडिंग होमवर्क थ्रू ऐप, और एल्स उसको कोई होमवर्क करने के लिए गूगल पे सर्फिंग करनी है तो भी उसको गैजेट चाहिए। सो गैजेट्स आर देयर, बट क्या करें अब? जब हम गूगल करेंगे, सर्फ करेंगे, तो अनवांटेड चीजें भी पॉपअप हो जाती है ना। कभी कभी हमारे ये इतना आसपास हो जाता है कि हम खाना तो खा रहे हैं, लेकिन सब लोग अपनी अपनी स्क्रीन पे लगे हुए हैं। पता ही नहीं चलता खाना किसने कब खत्म किया, और सब लोग अपने काम में इतने बिजी हैं। कोई टीवी देख रहा है, कोई मोबाइल में वीडियो देख रहा है, कोई अपना ऑफिस का काम कर रहा है। सो द रूल हैज टू बी, फूड टाइम, मील टाइम हैज टू बी विदाउट एनी स्क्रीन। तभी आप बात कर पाओगे एक दूसरे से। और वो डिस्कशंस देखना कभी कभी इतनी मजेदार हो जाती है ना, आपको लगता है कि ये पार्ट तो हम मिस कर रहे थे कितने महीनों से। ठीक है, बट गैजेट्स आजकल का एक 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 एक्सेप्ट कर लीजिए कि ये तो हमारे आसपास है ही है। एंड बच्चे को लर्न बहुत करना होता है, बहुत कुछ सीखना है, क्योंकि वो बड़े हो रहे हैं, उनको हर चीज सीखनी है। उस चक्कर में वो गैजेट्स के थ्रू भी इतना कुछ नया सीख जाते हैं कि हमें डर लगता है कि कुछ गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन उनके पास ना चली जाए। सो हम अल्टीमेटली स्क्रीन टाइम मॉनिटर कर लेते हैं, भैया इस घंटे से ऊपर आपने स्क्रीन नहीं देखना, एंड दैट इज 1 आवर ऑन यूजुअल डेज एंड 2 आवर्स फॉर हॉलीडेज। उससे ऊपर मत जाइए। दिस इज नॉट एन एक्सक्यूज कि आज छुट्टी, आज मैं ज्यादा देखूंगा, आज मैं ज्यादा गेमिंग करूंगा। नो, दिस इज नॉट एन एक्सक्यूज। उससे आपका बच्चा फिजिकली फिट नहीं रहेगा। आप समझते हैं ये जो टाइम है टीनेज तक का, इसी टाइम में तो बच्चे हमारे बढ़ रहे होते हैं, इसी टाइम में तो हाइट ले रहे होते हैं, राइट। और इसी टाइम में तो बच्चों को लंबे होना है, बढ़ना है, सब कुछ करना है। अगर वो बैठे रहेंगे, so their growth will be hampered. We have seen nowadays the kids are not even up to the height of their parents. तो बच्चों को इस तरह से समझाइए कि जितना देर बैठोगे आप अपना वो वाला टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो, बिकॉज हाइट सारी उम्र नहीं बढ़ती है। इट्स ओनली अप टू 15 और 16 years nowadays for boys, and for girls sometimes even after 13 or 14 they stop growing, right? So what they're doing is, you have to make sure कि other than 6 to 8 hours in a school, the child should be active on the ground. या वो खेले, या वो डांस करे, या वो साइकिलिंग करे, राइट। घर आने के बाद भी if the child is sitting for 3 hours 4 hours in front of the TV or in front of the screen or even for tuitions, right, this is going to take that precious time when they're supposed to grow, जब उनको लंबे होना है, जब उनको बढ़ना है। So you have to bridge this gap of digital era and the growth period. So हम क्या करेंगे, हम उनके साथ मॉनिटरिंग करेंगे, लेकिन हम कंट्रोल्स रखेंगे अपने स्क्रीन के साथ। बिकॉज ये बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है आज की डेट में, दैट डिजिटल एरा इज एक्चुअली टेकिंग अप द टाइम, मैक्सिमम टाइम ऑफ योर किड्स। सो कंट्रोल्स डालिए। यू शुड लर्न सम ऑफ द सॉफ्टवेयर। आपको सीखना पड़ेगा कि हाउ टू मॉनिटर दीज एप्स, योर गैजेट्स, एंड देन लिमिट्स रखनी है उसके ऊपर। यू कैन यूज पेरेंटल कंट्रोल, मॉनिटर देयर हिस्ट्रीज, उन्होंने क्या आज सर्व किया, क्या देखा, वो हिस्ट्री आप चेक करिए। एंड देन आफ्टर दैट there are few things which needs strict limits. Like gaming is not bad, but gaming with strict timings is good because उससे उनका coordination बढ़ता है. ठीक है, बट ये आजकल बच्चे जिद करते हैं, वी वांट गेमिंग, हम बच्चों के साथ खेलेंगे, विद आवर क्लासमेट्स वी हैव सेट टाइम्स दैट वी आर गोइंग टू प्ले, but then you set limits, it's half an hour or maybe 40 minutes, right? And it's not every day during school days because that's going to take up most of their time and पूरा दिन वो यही सोचते रहते हैं कि अब मेरा टाइम होने वाला है, मैं गेम खेलूंगा. उसके बाद what happens is the moment your gadgets are over, it's not that you
Ma'am?
start studying immediately.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please talk in English, ma'am, so that everyone can follow
Only
it?
Hindi? Only Hindi?
No,
Only
English.
English, ma'am.
Yeah.
English.
Only English.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sure. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay. So you have to set limits. You have to monitor the screens of the child. But then on that, with that side by side, you need to accept that this is now a part of our daily routine. And you have to find some people around, like-minded people with whom you can allow them to play. You have to find some communities with similar interests and similar passions. Okay? And so what all these things are going to tell us is, as a parent, you need to monitor your child's daily activities. You need to communicate with them daily. The time is up to you, but the time has to be a quality time. Right? So quality time means that you are focused with you're focused with the child, but then all the gadgets are left aside, yours also and kids also. You have a heart-to-heart time with your child. You want to say something, you don't have anything to say, just sit with your child for at least half an hour. Second, set limits, but then give liberty to the child also, that when he or she has done a lot of hard work to achieve something, then they should be heard if that something is not fully achieved. Monitor their sleep. The sleep has to be undisturbed. Let them play. Play to the fullest for at least 2 hours a day, so that they sweat a lot, they have lots of liquids, their nutrition needs to be monitored. Tell them good and bad about different type of foods, and then give them that liberty to choose something out of that good food. After that, they need to learn new things. So whenever they show some interest in new things to be learned, just don't dump them. Listen to them, encourage them to learn new things and learn along with them, go along with their tasks, help them in their tasks whenever they come to you for any help. And be very sensitive when you're dealing with your teenage kids. Make yourself aware. And one important tip is, usually teenagers, they identify themselves with somebody in their circle, like your relatives or your friends around. So what we do is, we ask parent to find somebody whom the child is very much open enough to discuss, and we call that person as hello parent. Could be mother's sister, mother's brother, could be father's sister, father brother, or could be anybody from your friends around, okay, whom you know for a longer time and whom your child confides into, so that any emotional pressures they have, any emotional confusions they have, they are open to talk, so that they don't get unnecessary information from the society around whom you don't know. Okay, so this is basic thing about parenting. And there are few things which I want the parents to be aware of, because these things we are actually facing nowadays. That we think that whatever vaccinations you have given to your child through the government protocols, they are enough. They are enough as long as you want to protect your child from life-saving, like very life-threatening conditions. So government gives you vaccinations for those diseases which are life-threatening. But there are few diseases which actually hamper 1 month to 2 months of school days. they need that much time to recover from an illness if the child somehow unfortunately catches. So these are vaccines which are available and you have to know about them. I'll just enumerate these diseases like typhoid, chickenpox, measles, mumps, and rubella. So government gives you measles and rubella. Mumps is not covered by government. Meningococcal, flu vaccination, hepatitis A vaccination. Nowadays, it is HPV vaccine, also commonly known as cervical cancer vaccine. Okay, this vaccine, then boosters. We usually stop giving vaccinations after 5 years. A child needs regular vaccinations at 10 years also and 15 years also, and after that, every 10 years, a DPT booster is actually preferred to be given rather than giving small TT shots at every small injuries. Then they say if you have pets, you can have rabies pre-exposure prophylaxis also. There are Japanese encephalitis. This is an infection which is also common in India, and it's been given by the government schedule, but somehow it is missed. You can always talk and discuss with your pediatrician. Pneumococcal vaccine, as you know, government is very much aware of it and it's promoting it, and it's been given in health centers as free. So kindly check in your vaccination card whether all these vaccines have been covered or not. Because nowadays, not even children, even adults have been advised that get some vaccination. Like there are people who are low in immune system or they get diseased after they cross 50, they're getting sick more often. So for them also, we have pneumococcal vaccines. We have flu vaccinations available. You have vaccine to prevent herpes zoster infection also, right? So just talk about adult vaccination and your kids' complete vaccination, whether it's been done or not, whether you are still lagging behind in the vaccination, get it checked. So these are all part of your parenting, everything. And so I end my discussion here. If you have any questions, we're open to that. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Just now you explained in previous slides, ma'am, regarding those vaccines. In that list of vaccines, there is one vaccine, DPT vaccine.
Yes.
What it is actually?
DPT is basically diphtheria pertussis tetanus. That's a booster you get it.
How frequently we can give?
DPT is usually given up to 16 or 16 years to all the kids at regular intervals. So what you get the vaccination for your child at 1.5 months, 2.5 months, 3.5 months. Then we get at 1.5 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then at last is at 16 years. After that, they say after every 10 years, you should get a DPT booster.
Madam, any tips for kids, controlling kids from mobile, TV?
Your most important is you should have something in option to give to them so that they can stop the mobile usage. So you have to arrange for their activities. Either it's a sports or a dance, or you have a joint family and everybody is given a time. So I always say a lot fixed timings to everybody in the house, like half an hour for mama, half an hour for papa, half an hour for dada and dadi and everybody, so that the kid is engaged whenever they come from school. You have something to give them or make them learn. Like there could be a story time with Dadi at one day, right? This could be a walk time with maybe grandfather every day. There's some half an hour slot for mother to just sit with the child, a simple gossip, or maybe you go out for a walk, or else engage them into sports or dance or any physical activity so that they are left lesser time with the gadgets, and then there has to be a rule that after 8 o'clock no gadgets. And then they always learn by observing parents. If you are with your gadgets even at home, then I'm sorry, he's not going to learn the screen discipline.
Can you please share the vaccination slide once again?
Yeah, sure. I'll So this is the slide where all the vaccines which are actually required for the child, I've mentioned them all.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hi,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
what if a child wants to sleep during daytime and doesn't go to sleep at night early, like around 9:30 or 10 p.m. in the night? Why? Because after coming from school, like we leave them to play also. After having lunch, like child wants to go to sleep at least for 1 or 2 hours. He demands that he wants to sleep. He sleeps in the daytime and in the night he won't go to sleep early. Obviously, like they won't get sleep also.
Right.
Then
So,
how can we handle this?
so what you can do is afternoon nap is good, but then don't prolong it to beyond 2 hours. It's like 1.5 hours is good enough. If you can wake your child, you have to use some distractions to wake them up. Right? Play some good music around so gradually, slowly they'll come out of their deep sleep. And then at night, before the bedtime is there, you have to make them work a lot. Work a lot is physical activity. Like they're running, they are playing, so they'll definitely get tired. And whenever they go to bed, with some bedtime rituals, they'll go to sleep at fixed times. But if they're not allowed to play in the evening after they get up from the afternoon nap, then it's difficult for them to go to bed again, right? They need to feel tired physically. If they're running for half an hour to 1 hour, continuous running, definitely they get tired. And then it's easy to put them back to bed at your fixed nighttime schedules.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question. So regarding bedtime, ma'am, it is like that. If I tell her to sleep, so she'll not sleep herself. She'll be like, you also come with me, and then only I will
Correct.
sleep.
Correct.
So yeah, so this pattern, how can we make a change, ma'am? Like, how can we say them that this is your routine, you have to follow? It's always not your mama going to be available to make you sleep.
No, that won't happen, ma'am, every time. It's usually over few years they learn to go to bed themselves.
Okay.
Sometimes they go to bed on your insistence, on your saying, but they fall off, doze off to sleep even without you. But for that, you have to wait, ma'am.
Okay.
Right? And so,
Okay.
if they are insisting that you should be with them every time, sometimes what we feel is you finish up all the course and then we'll go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
that's what.
So, in that, what happens if your child has to sleep at 9, but then finishing up the course makes it 10 o'clock?
Yes, that's what happens, ma'am.
So, don't mix it with that. Make sure you go to bed at 9 and keep it in mind that once my child is going to sleep, I have to get up and finish up the course after that. So, rather than
Okay.
9 o'clock, make it 8 o'clock because after that, we are also sleepy.
Okay, so this is the
Right?
only thing we can make a change. So it will take
Yes,
time,
yes.
ma'am. Okay.
It's just a
Okay.
mindset you have to think, and then gradually they'll sleep off themselves. You just say that go to bed, wo chala jayega, and then they'll go to sleep.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
Can I
Ma'am,
ask?
I have a question. How to control? You have any tips for the adamant child?
Adamant childs are nowadays, there's nothing like adamant, if at all. So of course, everything, uh, all things that mark growing well, playful child, now becoming adamant. First and foremost comes in our clinic is what is the screen time? So what is your child's screen time?
Screen time. I think we have 3 hours.
3 hours, and your child is how old?
4 years.
So 4 years with 3 hours of screen time, it's too much, sir. We don't allow that much. Like for a 4 years old, up to I would say 6 to 7 years. No small screen, first of all. No mobile, no iPads, no laptop. It's only
No,
TV.
it's only TV. Yes.
Right. Second is half an hour of TV is allowed. And beyond that, and TV also not allowed. So you can't leave your child in front of the screen to watch things and you're doing your course. No, that's not allowed. TV is basically an entertainment source, and entertainment has to be with the family. Because what happens is they are focusing their attention. So that causes a pressure upon the nerves. The stress is building up. So what happens is after that, they're more angry. They're more anxious. Sometimes you must have seen the child has bruxism. They grind teeth in sleep. These are all because they are watching with a constant focus on one screen for a prolonged time. So 3 hours is too much, sir. 1 hour is allowed for kids. That too with somebody around, not alone. And 1 hour for 4-year-old child, I would say TV, okay. But then in a break of two, like half an hour sessions. And you will see the adamancy is going to decrease because next thing is then what to do. What to do is involve them, engage them physically. Let them be playing physically with balls or with working with household chores with you. He or she is engaged with you, with grandparents, with friends. So it is a task nowadays with nuclear families around. We have
Yeah,
to work
nuclear
on that.
family.
Yes. So maybe they can be put to after school for a playway, 1 or 2 hours, or a dance class, or a sports class, or a music class, or let your neighbors. You have some commitments with their discuss with your neighbors around if they are close to you. Like child can have 1 hour at one house, one day, play with those kids. Another day the kids can come to your house, play for 1 or 2 hours in your house. So that way your child is secure also and mixing with other kids also.
Yeah, yeah. Got it. Thanks, Pad.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
good evening.
Hi, ma'am. I have
Hi.
a question, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello. Ma'am. Hello. Hello.
I request
Hello.
everyone to ask question one by one, please. Just wait for your turn.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Actually, as you mentioned, means need to give vaccinations, right? Any age limit is there for that, or?
Yes, please. For vaccinations, sir, we usually say whatever missed can be given. Go to your pediatrician. It's not like you have missed 2 years vaccine and can't be given at 4 years. It's not like that.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am,
ma'am.
I have a question. I have been in queue, so can I ask? Ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have a question, ma'am, in continuation to the last question of adamant child behavior. So you said that about the screen time, but what if a child is not ready to listen anything and always doing opposite to whatever you command? So in that case, how we can tackle our children?
So there is an age for saying no also. There is an age where child is defined also. Is a part of growing up. So what we say is if your child says no to everything, whatever you say, then you start saying the things in reverse. Like aapne khana khilana, you want the child to be fed. You'll say, beta, come, let's have meal. You'll say, no, I'll not come. So what you do is put the plate in front of yourself, start eating and say, no, you're not going to eat, I'm going to eat only. He'll come to you. So they're going to reverse of whatever you're doing. It's reverse psychology. It's a part of growing up. It stays for a few months or maybe a year or so.
Okay, the kid is 4-year-old and the behaviors are like if I would say shut off the TV, she will cry. If I
He will
say
cry.
go
Yes.
for a bath, go for a bath, she will not go for a bath. And if I say
Yes.
you have to eat this only, and she will do exactly opposite to that. So these are the few indications that I have seen from last 3-4 months, and we are facing certain challenges in this.
I would suggest go to your pediatrician, let him check the child, right? Whether the rest of the things, the growth parameters are going at par,
Okay.
and maybe a counseling can help. Physically
Okay.
seeing the child, seeing their eye contact, seeing their behavior, a 15 to 20 minutes of counseling would give you some benefit. Or if the pediatrician feels the child needs a more detailed analysis, they'll guide you up.
Okay. And one more question I had, ma'am, because in most of the cases, like in puberty, acne are the most frequent things in 90s or 80s kids, right? So nowadays, is there any advancement so that we can eliminate this part when the child will go younger at that of 14 or 15? So such vaccines are there.
For preventing acne.
Acne, yeah.
Acne is a lifestyle disorder, sir. Some people have oily skin, plus on top of that, they're not that much clean.
Okay.
Plus, hydration is not good. So everything in total gives you acne. Then there are some, there are very few patients out of these, sir.
Out
Yeah.
of curiosity only, I ask, is there any advancement at first?
No, there's no vaccination for acne, sir. There's no vaccine.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am.
This is Jitendra.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello. I'm
Ma'am?
just extending the previous question just a little bit. Can I do that with your due permission, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, I'm a father of 4-year-old son actually, and he is a good behavioral child till he heard the sound like a no. Means how we can teach him to that no is kind of accepting word. Means anything whenever you force him that you cannot do that, and then he becomes a very aggressive.
Yes, so I told you, sir, no is a very dicey word.
Hmm.
Rather than saying no to something, so supposedly your child is playing something fiddly and you're not liking it. You feel that he's going to hurt himself,
Hmm.
right? Rather than stopping him from there, what you
Hmm.
do is put something around him and start playing yourself with that thing and make it like more amusing, more attracting, so that he leaves that and comes to you.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
one way of, so distract your child first rather than saying no. And
Okay.
once the child gets involved in that cheese, remove that other thing which you wanted the child to avoid.
Okay. Just alternative option something.
Alternative option, so that the things are also done and that word actually pinches them. So rather than saying no, as I told you, you can always buy time, say we'll do it later, but this scenario you have to distract. For
Oh,
other things, rather than saying no, you can say okay, we'll discuss after 15 minutes, or maybe we finish up with this and then we'll discuss this thing again. So
yeah.
they actually learn patience.
Yes. 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 Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, I also have
Ma'am,
one question around that. My kid is around 5 years now. Okay. From last 1 year, we see that he has bit of a stage fear. You mean to say he's good in talking in home. Okay. We have a big family. My parents stay with us, so he talks almost 4 5 hours with all of us. Okay. But when he goes to outside, right, he only plays with limited friends, one or two. Okay. And hardly he will talk to others. Okay. Even to in school also, he is not talking much to the teacher. So that is one concern which I'm almost observing for almost 1 year. Okay, and he is improving, but the improvement is very gradual.
So is it the youngest in your family?
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe he's used to talking to elders. He's used to taking favors from elders. He's been
Hmm.
given favors by elders every time.
Right.
These are not given to him when he's with the peer group, same age groups. And similarly for
Hmm.
the teacher also, she or he is strict enough to maybe stop them from doing something or punish them. So what you do is let him play around outside also with
Hmm.
kids of their age, or maybe one or two kid of his age. And since you're saying he's gradually improving, and actually this is actually happening with him with the school because he is dealing with kids of his age. That's
Right,
why
ma'am.
he's gradually learning adjustments. So what you do is at home also stop giving him grants. If he's done something wrong, at least
Hmm.
you stop encouraging him.
Right, yeah, ma'am. That
Okay?
we are doing, ma'am. But we thought that initially
He will learn.
probably this
He will learn.
tendency
School is
will go.
actually
Yeah.
no, but school is actually made for that. What I can perceive is he's good with very convenient with elderlies because they give favors. They'll
Yeah,
forgive you
ma'am.
for all the small things.
Correct, correct,
The
correct.
peer group will not. So he'll learn. Don't worry.
But
Just encourage.
one more question, ma'am. Is it because of the language? Because he is very comfortable with Hindi and my local language. Okay, because we
Mhm.
wanted him to first familiar with these languages so that he can talk at least freedomly. Then the next level was on English. He's gradually improving on English language, but is
Mhm.
probably English is one of the barrier that stopping him for with talking to other people.
So you think
That
now
might be.
the school is only English speaking?
Yeah, mostly they prefer English, right?
Okay,
Even
then you
the people of his age, correct? The child of his
then
age
this
also are speaking in English. Yeah.
could be a barrier. So what you do is start speaking
Hmm.
in English at home also.
Yeah, yeah, that's something we have started. But what do you feel if this kind of is issue prolong for how long? Then we should take it more
One
seriously.
year, give them 1 year to adjust to the new environment in the school with the new language. Make them
Hmm.
fluent with English now. I think
Okay.
within a year the child will come out of it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
हेलो मैम.
जी, hi.
हेलो.
हेलो सर.
हाँ मैम, मेरी एक 4 साल की बेटी है.
हम्म.
तो मैम वो बहुत जल्दी टायर्ड हो जाती है खेलते टाइम. कुछ टाइम पहले उसका विटामिन डी का टेस्ट करवाया था, तो सप्लीमेंट्स भी लिए थे. तो वो तो कोर्स कंप्लीट हो गया था मैडम. उसके बावजूद भी बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब थोड़ा ही सा खेलने के बाद थक जाती है. और उसका चिड़चिड़ापन बढ़ता ही जा रहा है।
सर पानी अच्छा पीती है वो? लिक्विड इनटेक है उसका कि नहीं? 5-6
हाँ
गिलास?
नहीं, हाँ लिक्विड इंटेक भी अच्छा है मैडम, और स्लीप भी अच्छी है, मतलब
फिर
स्लीपिंग में भी कोई प्रॉब्लम।
आपने जब विटामिन डी दिया तो साथ में कैल्शियम खिलाया था?
नहीं मैडम, कैल्शियम का तो नहीं हुआ था।
कैल्शियम देना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि विटामिन डी अगर बॉडी में कम है तो डेफिनेटली बॉडी ने कैल्शियम एब्जॉर्ब नहीं किया होगा। तो अब आप विटामिन डी खिला रहे हो तो कैल्शियम दीजिए, तो बॉडी में जाएगा, मसल में, उसके बोन में जाएगा। एंड प्लस विटामिन डी लो था, मींस विटामिन डी आपने दे दिया, कवर अप कर लिया, बट देन यू डोंट हैव टू स्टॉप गिविंग इट। इट हैज टू बी वंस अ मंथ, देना ही देना है आपको। थोड़ा सा विटामिन डी रेगुलर इंटरवल्स पे आप अपने पीडियाट्रिशियन से बात करो। विटामिन डी स्टॉप नहीं होता है, विटामिन डी कम होता है, मेंटेनेंस डोज में चलता रहता है। वो मेंटेनेंस डोज उसके लिए क्या है वो आपको बात करनी पड़ेगी।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
Hello, ma'am.
हेलो मैम।
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I
हाँ
have a
जी
daughter who is 3.5 years old.
जी।
She started speaking a bit late, actually. But we had admitted her into a playgroup school last year itself. She wouldn't speak with anybody. Even at home, she started speaking just last year only.
Okay.
She speaks with us, but she is not speaking with anybody at school, even with her friends or with teachers. She will follow all their instructions. She will participate in all the group activities, but she's not willing to speak to them.
How long she has taken in this so how much time school has been started since?
Entire 1 year she has gone for playgroup. She did not speak there. So we changed the school. We thought maybe she didn't like the environment there. So again, in the new school also, she's continuing the same thing.
But she speaks to you?
Yeah,
Speaks at home?
she speaks at home. She mingles with even guests who come to our house, or with other kids when she's playing near the house. But it's only at school she's just not opening up. I don't know what is the thing.
You have to talk to each and every teacher in the class. Then how much is the strength of the class? How many students?
It's around 15, ma'am.
15 students. Your child is 3.5 years old.
Yeah, 3.5. Now, actually, in September, she's going to be 4.
4. And she doesn't speak, but then she follows all the instructions at school?
Yes. She even enjoys any activity, coloring, pasting, even playing cricket, everything. She participates in everything, but she's not speaking. She
But then
won't even
how
say
come-
bye or hello.
How come she manages without speaking in the school? Like there's so many instructions given by the teacher. Does teacher understands her sign language also?
Yeah, if she wants something, she will just point out or
Tell
show
the
through
teacher,
actions.
tell the teacher stop understanding the signs,
Okay.
so that she has, because language is our necessity.
Yeah.
You can't express yourself without speaking. And if we